we left off last time with errors still popping up when we tried to run a DC diag in our domain. So there were still communications errors between our domain controllers. And I'm not sure if I went over this in our last video, but I found out what was the cause of these, and I'm going to go over it again. And I apologize if I already have. But it's important to realize, because just doing little things, making little mistakes like this can completely destroy communication between domain controllers. So anyway, when I created our two sites, Boyne and Petoskey, I associated the site Petoskey with the 10.29 network, right? Let's double click to select properties to make sure. And I did, yeah. And I associated Boyne with the 10.28 network. However, when I added my domain controllers, without realizing it, I added DC1 to the Boyne site, which is associated with the 10.28, and DC2 to Petoskey. So the domain controller 2 resides within the perimeter network, so it has a 10.28 address, and yet I put it into a site that's associated with the 10.29 address, and I did the same thing with DC1. So that's really the reason behind all those errors I was getting. And now, I just ran DC diag 2 minutes ago, and as you can see, I'm passing every single test that we ran. This is ideally what you want to see when you run DC diag within your domain. You should pass just about every test. You know, you might get a DSFR event, fail one of those. That just means you had a warning event or a error within the last 24 hours. But anyway, so again, I apologize if I went over that, but it's already, but it's kind of important to remember not to do. So, excuse me, I kind of got sick over the weekend, so I'm only going to do one thing in this video. That's we're going to transfer our FSMO roles to our domain controller 2, which resides within our perimeter network, because I'm not sure why this is, but your Exchange server has to be in the same site as the schema master. Again, I'm not exactly sure why that is. However, DC1 is currently our schema master, and it resides in our internal subnet. We want our Exchange server to be in the perimeter network, so we're gonna have to transfer roles. So, well, I'll start over here. Oops. There we go. So we're gonna transfer roles using ntdsutil. It's a utility or a tool used for a few different things, but you can use it to transfer the FSMO roles, and I think this is honestly the best. Doing it through the command line interface is the best way of going about it, as opposed to using the snap-ins on Server Manager. I just think this way is easier and a lot quicker. So anyway, we're going to open up ntdsutil ntdsutil by just typing that into our command prompt. And I recommend using an elevated command prompt. So we're in. You can do question mark to get a list of all the commands that you could use for that layer. So for the initial layer of ntdsutil, we're going to run roles. Now we're in FSMO maintenance. Let's do another question mark, and as you can see, we have another set of, or a different set of commands to run. So we're going to run connections first. You got to make sure you are connected to the proper server that you want to transfer the domain. I'm sorry, the FSMO roles to. So anyway, we are currently logged into DC2, and we are going to be connecting to DC2 to transfer the FSMO roles as well. And again, I just followed the TechNet article, which recommended that you be logged into the server that you are transferring the FSMO roles to. So that's what I did. So we're going to say connect to server DC2. And as you can see, connected to DC2 using credentials. Okay. So we're connected to DC2. We're going to click Q to back up out of that layer and go back to FSMO maintenance. And now here's a list of commands. So we don't want to seize the roles from the other domain controller. You only do that if you absolutely have to. Like if a domain controller goes down, you can try seizing the roles from it to a still functioning domain controller. In this case, we're just going to transfer the roles. So we're going to transfer all 5 of them, even though all we really need, I believe, is a schema master. We're going to transfer all 5 of them just for the sake of simplicity, I guess. So I'm just going to run these 5 commands, and that's it. Probably going to edit this part out because I'm kind of a slow typer today. So anyway, we'll be back when we're done with this. Okay, and we're back. This is what you'll get when you successfully run the command. You know, it'll prompt you and say, "Are you sure you want to transfer the role?" And I will say yes. Then you'll be given a list of a bunch of different domain objects that were changed. I'm not exactly sure the significance of those, but anyway, they have been transferred, and there's a way to actually check what FSMO roles the server you're on actually is running. But again, you can look that up yourself. I'm confident all 5 of them were transferred. So now DC2 is our FSMO role holder for our domain. Okay, that's all we're gonna do today. And in the next video we will actually prepare our domain. Okay, so thanks. See you next time.